Welcome to Swolehammer. Even though we love the frantic action of Warcry and the skirmish gameplay of Kill Team, there's something to be said about fielding a big army. Hence why I started Starting Sigmar. For whoever is new to the channel or series, the mission of these videos are to help new players make a fun and efficient army from a specific faction, rounding out to a 1,000-point list, which is the lowest tier of competitive play. We also want to make it easy to acquire these items and enjoyable to hobby with. The criteria are as follows. We avoid making lists with repeat models. Models need to be easily accessible either from a Games Workshop store or Amazon. I like to support local, but sometimes prices can't be beat online. All models suggested are in plastic, and we only focus on armies with the current edition's battle tomes. We're in the 3rd edition of Age of Sigmar, otherwise these videos would go out of date quicker. So join me as we curse the lands with the Soulblight Gravelords. So why play Soulblight Gravelords? Followers of the Supreme Lord of Undeath, Nagash, the Soulblight are the epitome of your favorite horror movies coming together on the tabletop. Various forms of Vampire Lord and Necromancers lead vast numbers of skeletons, zombies, and direwolves as defeated forces return out of grave sites for more. The model range is huge, diverse, and caters to every playstyle. In 3rd edition, this faction remains strong, with most options getting a boost while the already powerful ones maintain. So if you're looking to live your truth in undeath, then the Soulblight Gravelords are for you. On to units to look out for. And in this one, the big ticket item is a Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon. Commonly found also in the Flesh Eater Court start collecting, as of now, as the Terrorgeist model. You can build a Terrorgeist or a Zombie Dragon from this kit, but specifically the unit is the Vampire Lord riding the Zombie Dragon, and it's a very powerful unit. On the flip side, we have an unusual inclusion in the Cursed City box. This is a side adventure board game box for Warhammer Quest, but the models in here can be used in Age of Sigmar, and it includes a couple heroes and other models for your Soulblight army. Way more available than the initial release. If you split this with someone, you could find a lot of value to be had for your Soulblight army from this box. Now on to the buy list, and in this buy list we're starting, as we try to most of the time, with the new Vanguard box for Soulblight Gravelords, including 20 skeletons, 3 Vargheist, 5 Blood Knights, and a Vampire Lord. All quality inclusions for your army. Now in a slight twist again, we're using the Varamord Shambler Regiment of Renown box to get a corpse cart and 20 zombies. This is a value box, and while you can't use the Regiment of Renown for Soulblight in general, you just don't use those Regiment of Renown rules, you use their normal rules, and this is a great value box. Lastly, the Necromancer Leader, highly cheap but very powerful in your Soulblight army. This is one of our cheapest Starting Sigmar lists, and it can get to under $200. Now onto the list, and we're doing Legion of Night. I will preface that you can pretty much do almost any other of the sub-factions if you like the boosts or the command traits or the artifacts better. I did Legion of Night. It made the Vargheist battle line and also has some summonable keyword synergies, and a lot of our army has that keyword. This list runs as a total swarm army. You have 20 zombies and 20 skeletons to muck up the board, and they're coming back because of spells from your Necromancer, from your Vampire Lord. Then you have Vargheist and Blood Knights as heavy hitter, fast, mobile units to really kind of cinch in any kind of outlier units. And then the corpse card is there to either boost your spells or make it harder for your opponents to get through your zombies. I'm kind of proud of this list because it has that very thematic Soulblight feel where it's just a literal nightmare for your opponents to get through all the bodies, and they have so many things to deal with. But now on to a bonus list that we have. And while I don't like to focus on competitive aspects necessarily for new players, I will say I had to bring this list to people's attention because this is the winning list of our recent Summer of Sigmar tournament. It was a 1,000-point tournament, and our player John did very well obviously with this list. 50 skeletons, Vampire Lord, and the aforementioned Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon coming back. This list is pretty much, you have the same idea, boatloads of bodies, where the skeletons are super undercosted. In my opinion, probably will get a point raise in the next couple weeks after this video comes out. But with the recursion from your skeletons, your resilient vampires healing themselves, and the extremely hard-hitting Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon, this list is appropriately terrifying. I didn't do a buy list for this because there's no real easy way to gather all this stuff. You kind of have to buy it a la carte for the most part. But I figured here's something for new players to see on how there's another way to have proof of a successful list. So that's it! With only a few 3rd edition battle tomes remaining, we're excited to see how 3rd edition wraps up. But in the meantime, let us know in the comments if you like these lists, if you want to see more, and maybe when 4th edition comes out, what you want to see in Starting Sigmar. Either way, as always, this is Rafiq with Swolehammer. Stay swole.